Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of PT and friend. No, I said that wrong. To PT, speak up with PT and friends. Is that Jordan, my bro? What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. My internet connection today is bad, so I'm trying to stay outside, but also get close to the door, but not be inside because my son's still awake and boy will be climbing all over me. What's going on, friends? Doing okay today? It is a nice evening. The clouds are starting to go away. The sun is coming out. At the end of the day, there's a nice wind. I'm digging it. Yeah. Dream events clean. Yo. Just waiting for our friend to come in. Orlando, hello. How you doing, Orlando? Haven't spoken to you since Sunday. You're not late, man. Right on time. Yo, Galaxy Panda. I love that name. Every single time I see it, it always makes me smile. Galaxy Panda. It sounds like something you would see in the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I feel like. I don't know why. I feel like it would go perfectly in that. Could be wrong. Lando, hey, what's up? My man, good to see you, brother. My friends, wow, so many of y'all. Trash panda, that's not nice. No, pandas are awesome. Pandas are cool. Have you ever seen a panda? Those things move so slow, and yet they're so vicious and crazy. And if I remember correctly, they are no longer endangered, but now actually thriving in China, which is cool. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. Still waiting on our friend to come in, but if you guys have any questions for me, it's been a week. As you guys can see, I am wearing my glasses once again because there's like something in my eye. Or was in my eye, and still getting better. Sorry, I'm gonna get you into my personal lives there. All right, guys. Here she is. And it's probably my internet connection because my internet's trash today. Maybe. Tiera!
Hey!
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, hold on.
Good. So I apologize because I think if the internet starts going in and out, me tell like before I got on that it was just acting bleh. So yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I'm really nervous. Okay.
What you up to
We're
today,
good.
T?
What's up? Nothing. I just worked out and took a shower,
Nice.
and now I'm eating frozen pineapples. So
Cool.
pretty much all
What
I'm
kind of
doing.
work are you doing, like at home workouts?
Yes. Workout. I work out at Jordan's house. He has a garage. A garage. He has a gym in his garage, so we work out over
That's
there.
right. I'm a little jealous actually about that.
Yeah, I mean, at first we hated it. We never wanted to do it, but now it's like a necessity. So it's pretty cool. You should invest in that.
Yeah, I have to settle with a couple of dumbbells and that's it. And it's not been
That'll
so
work, you
great.
know?
Like I need motivation and I just
Yeah.
need to do well with it and I don't. And so yeah.
We keep going back and forth. Like we'll be
All right, well,
consistent for a
T,
little bit.
hey,
Wait, what? Oh. I was just
yeah,
saying we were consistent with it a little bit and
sorry,
then I don't
the
know where
lag. It's a lag.
we just like I don't even know what I was saying anymore. What were we talking about? The gym.
I'm sorry.
Oh well. Oh okay. This connection is not
It is.
wanting
All
to
right, well,
work.
hey, are you ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, all right, here we go. I got three questions for you. They're really simple and yet stupid ones, and that's why I love to ask them because they make no sense, and you're not gonna be ready for them. So
Oh
Okay.
God.
First one, it's a crazy one. Is cereal a soup?
It's a breakfast soup, right?
Yeah.
It's a breakfast soup. That's what I would say. So yes, liquid and you eat it. Well, it has liquid in it. Yeah, it's a breakfast soup.
Because I would think some people would argue, oh well, soup has to be hot, but there's such thing as cold soups out there, and so
Yeah,
I think
I think it'll work.
and
It
there's
passes.
right there's some milk in some soups and there's cream in some soups, and so I would think, hey, I agree with you. I think it's a
I've
soup.
never thought of that before. What on earth? Yeah, I would consider it a soup actually.
There you go, shattering expectations. Okay,
Oh my
cereal's
gosh.
a soup. All right, next question for you. In 40 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for?
It's not nostalgic. Explain.
Like right now, records are back in
Mm.
something, or that kind of music, or that kind of stuff. And so, what do you think in 40 years people will look back and go, ah, that I missed that, or I need to get me another one of those.
Um. TikTok.
What was that?
I think TikTok will make its way back around.
Oh, no
40
way.
years. Yeah, but like way cooler and probably all of like the old dance or well they would be old dances that are famous on TikTok. That's what would be like the new
I could
the
see that
new
coming back.
the old
I could
new
see
thing.
that and Vine.
Yes. And oh my gosh, Vine. I miss Vine so much. Vine was like
No,
it was the start of my social media obsession actually, I think.
really?
Vine and Instagram, yeah.
Wow.
I skipped the
Yeah,
MySpace stage.
oh, I remember. Yeah, so my first social media account was MySpace. That was the thing at the time. I remember having a top 8 friends list, and that would rather reunite friends or that would start fights with friends,
Mm.
because someone would be higher on the list or not. And
Oh
you would
god.
know who's your favorite friend at 1 week, and it was just. However, one thing I do miss about MySpace is that you could like code it and you could like add in music in there. So whenever open up your page, whatever songs you wanted to play would play up. I thought it was really cool.
What? That's
Yeah,
really cool. What? Why haven't they done that again yet? Like on
I don't know.
the
I don't get it. I mean, I guess maybe with phones it's different. Like maybe it just requires more or something, but I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
all right.
That's cool.
Last question for you, T.
Okay.
Well, last funny, stupid question is what kind of secret society would you like to start?
A secret society.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Um. Oh God. A secret. I don't even know. I don't like secrets, so I'm not sure.
Like, look, here's what I'm looking for, Tiera. I'm looking for one of the most embarrassing guilty pleasures that you have, and what kind of secret society would you make out of it? That's all I'm asking here.
Oh, you really want me to embarrass myself? Okay. Ew, I don't. Okay. I would say, please don't judge me. I would say I would start
No judgment.
a pimple popping secret society.
Oh, no way! I would totally do that. I would be part of that, though. I would totally join you in that. Yes,
I'm obsessed.
I am.
Like, oh, I'm obsessed with like watching the videos and like
Yes.
it's just yeah. So I would do
Okay.
it.
I look, complete guilty pleasure here. But if you were to look at my TikTok or any of my social media accounts for that matter, you would see a really probably disturbing trend of how many times some kind of pimple pop comes up because of the algorithm that just goes, "Hey, you should see
Yes.
this." It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm on the same page. I don't know what it is. Like I loved picking at myself when I was in high school, and it was sick. I'm
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I'm on board.
Kind of addicting in a really gross, weird way, but
Hmm.
it's
Yeah.
interesting. So I would totally run that and be the best
All right.
ever.
I'm in. Consider me your second in command in that. I'll be in there with you. So
Yes, I accept. You're hired. You're-
have someone ask a
oh, no,
question,
no,
so I
no,
want to
no.
get to those because those
Connect.
are
Okay,
rare.
there we go.
Uh-oh, will it come up? Here we go.
Say what?
Got a question. Which is the most salad, potato salad or fruit salad? Tiera, I'll let you take that first.
Uh, what is the most salad? Where'd you come up with this? Like, what on earth? I would say
Orlando came
I'm
up with
gonna
this one.
I'm gonna go with fruit salad
Yeah, what's that?
because I don't know, because potato salad has like mayonnaise and other
Mm,
like mustard and stuff in it, and so that's not like a salad. Like fruit salad is just fruit, just like regular salads are usually just vegetables, but they have dressing.
yeah,
No, I would still do fruit salad though,
yeah.
just because.
I think only for me, I would do fruit too, only just because of the taste. Like I don't like mayonnaise and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with you. I think there's more diversity in a fruit salad too than there is in a potato salad.
Yes,
I have
potato
to give it
salad's
the
the
win.
same couple of things, but you can make multiple types of fruit salads.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
so
Right. All
yeah, I
right.
agree.
Good question. Thank you, Orlando, for that.
Good question,
All right. Well, hey,
Orlando.
it was. It was a good question. And guys, if you ever want to ask some more questions during this time with Tier and I, please feel free to ask away. We will get to them at the end of this little interview thingamajig. But
Yes.
T, I want to talk to you for a few reasons. Number one, because well, I consider you my friend. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I'm
You're a
touched.
pretty cool. Yeah, you're a pretty cool person, and I'm pretty glad to have been in your life for. It's been a few years now, um, and so I kind of wanted to ask you if you could, for the people that don't know you that well, to maybe kind of just give some backstory. You know, who are you? Where are you from? Your deepest, darkest secrets? All those simple things.
Deepest, darkest secret. Okay. Well, my name's Tiera. I have no secrets besides pimple popping secret societies. Um, I am 20 years old. I work at HEB. I've been going to Grace Christian Center literally my whole life, born and raised in Killeen, Texas. And yeah, I sing at church. I like dancing. I like serving a lot. I'm really involved, so I'm constantly everywhere. And that's me right now. I'm in
Yeah,
school too right now, so yeah, in college.
you're you have a mom and a dad, and you have a brother.
Mhm.
Uh, your brother is how old?
He's 10.
10. How's that having
Yeah.
a 10-year-old brother?
Oh, it's quite annoying. I mean, I love him, but he's going. Well, honestly, sometimes we like forget. He's so like quiet now. He just stays in his room, and now that there's quarantine, he just plays video games all day. So
Mm,
sometimes we
yeah.
forget, like, oh crud, he needs to go eat some food, or we need to check on him and see if he's still breathing. But other than that, like he's a typical little brother. He's really sarcastic
Yeah.
and he loves messing with his older sister. So
Sounds about right.
yeah, it's I just can't wait for this phase to be over because it's not my favorite.
And so another cool thing about you, and another reason why I wanted to interview you is because, well, last week I interviewed someone, and he just so happens to Jordan. He's a really cool guy, I think. Um, and he
Yes.
is a creative person. And I thought last week, like, man, I need to find another creative person because that was just some really good conversation. And I was like, hey, that's an easy segue because, you know, they're already dating and I already know T. And so I also wanted you on here because you're a
Yeah.
super creative, artistic person. And so I was wondering if you could kind of, you know, tell us all about what you like to do artistically. I know there's a lot of things, and I know you kind of started from different places. And so what kind of stuff do you find most creative, or what things do you enjoy most creatively?
Um. Whew. I like almost everything. I danced all through high school. I still dance now, so I think that's kind of what started my whole creative uh, journey. And I don't dance
Yeah.
for a studio or anything anymore. I dance for myself, which honestly makes it
Hmm.
really way more fun and way more artistic because you can do whatever you want whenever you want.
Right.
I sing. I actually like nobody knows this, so here's a secret. I didn't know I was gonna share secrets, but I write little songs, like just because I make up songs throughout the day and I just write some. And
No
so
way.
don't call me a songwriter or anything like that because I'm not a professional. But I found myself a lot more often, so that's like
Wow.
um,
Yeah.
I like drawing and painting. And now that I'm dating Jordan, he's a videographer, and so I've gotten a lot more into like photography and videography and
Mm,
the art behind like short films and movies, and all of
yeah.
that is so cool. Like I'm really interested in it actually, which is like one of the best things ever. So that's something I'm really
Yeah.
invested in too. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, there's probably so
Very
much
cool.
more, but
Well, let
don't
me
mind
ask you,
me
since you brought it
on
up,
this chair.
how did you kind of get into dancing? And if you don't mind, maybe kind of sharing some of your experiences from high school. Like, what was dance like in high school? You went to Killeen High School and part of the Kangarettes, and how was that as a experience?
Well, I started dancing kind of on accident, actually. Um, I did it. I started in middle school, and I did it only. I tried out for the middle school dance team only because literally my whole friend group was trying out, and so I
Mm.
was like, "Oh, I want to fit in. I want to do it too." So I didn't want to be the oddball, so I tried out,
Yeah.
and I made it. I just figured I would just kind of be part of the team and like, just tag along for middle school and then, opt out later. But I actually really, really
Yeah.
enjoyed it and I got really invested into it, and it's became like second nature for me almost. Like it's something that I couldn't live without for a really long time, like a really big part of my life. And in high
Yeah.
school, it helped me to find my voice and to find leadership skills and communication skills. And like, when you don't have any words to say, dance is the best language to speak. And it's a
Mm.
universal language too, so it's really cool because
Wow.
you can connect with literally anybody just by dancing. And that's what I
Yeah.
think
Feel
I
like
really, really enjoyed about it, is that it was there was never a wrong way to dance, and it was so
mm.
diverse, and it's so cool because you can really just kind of learn about other people and yourself in like
Wow.
the most intimate way possible with your body. And so yeah,
Yeah.
it was more than just like a high school thing, or like, oh, I'm just doing this because I need something to go on my resume, or stuff like that. It was really just because
Right.
I was invested in learning myself, connecting with myself on a deep girls around me, because my team was really cool too. Like I love, still
Yeah.
to this day I still talk to my teammates. So like, yeah, it's just something that
That's cool.
I'm so glad I followed my friends in middle school.
Yeah.
So
Well,
glad I
you
copied
actually kind
them.
of you actually just kind of
But
went
yeah,
there for me. I was going to ask this a little bit later on, but you talked about how it's really not just it's not just like this superficial thing, or it's not just like and and hear me out for any athletes out there. I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's not just a profession, or it's not just a sport, but rather it's something that is a part of you. So let me
yeah,
ask you this: would you tie that in? I asked this to Jordan last week when it comes to videography, but do you tie it in to within your spirituality?
yeah, yeah. I would say so. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like if you were singing a song for worship. I think dance is a great way of worship as well. And so like when you're dancing, you're not just dancing for yourself, but you're dancing for God. And
Right.
it really just kind of helps you, like I said earlier, just helps you to say the words that you don't know how to say. It's just like
Mm.
if you were to be speaking in tongues, or if you were just singing a song with no words. That's that's how
Yeah.
dance is. And so it really can help you with your worship life. And I think that's what helped me in my spiritual life, is
Right.
by worshiping through dance. And so, yeah,
Yeah, I remember
totally.
you've done it a few times at Grace, and it's always been it's just one of those kind of things. It's like you can't put it into words, but you can just feel the presence, and especially when you're truly giving it, from your heart, you can just. It doesn't matter what the art looks like on the stage, but whenever you're doing it, there's this presence, and there's this. It's almost like you're engulfed in like this ocean. It just you can't explain it, but you just feel like you're in this presence and in this arena of God's presence, and so.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then, since we're talking about worship. You worshipped with your dancing, and you worshipped with being on stage. How did you? how did you begin to discover your voice? How did you begin to discover your capabilities to sing?
Um, I actually I always was singing from like a very young age. I was constantly singing, and I was always a musical child. It was
Mm,
just the fact of when I actually was going to stop being shy and just get out there and, show the world what I could do. And I
yeah,
think that was the hard part because I was always a singer. You could ask like my family or my mom or anybody close to me. Like I would always hide from everybody and sing by
yeah,
myself, but I didn't want people to see it. And so I think people around me, there were certain people in my life who really encouraged me to kind of just step out of my bubble. And
yeah,
now, obviously, it worked because now I'm this super energetic, like carefree person who just loves, to be out there. And so,
yeah.
it just took me time to like learn how to openly express myself without being so scared to do so. So that was,
Hmm.
it took a long time, but it was worth it because here I am
Would you
now.
maybe kind of dive into that, because I feel like it's a common story thread among many artists of any nature, where there's this hesitancy to come out with whatever that art is, because there's rather a fear of judgment, or there's a fear of I'm not good enough, or my talent isn't good enough, or whatever I have to offer isn't good enough. So how did that look for you when, whether it was dancing and singing, how did that process look for you to begin to not just show the world, but even to, as you were mentioning earlier, begin to worship with those things?
Um, it was really like, it took time. And I think watching other people who have similar personalities, like for example, my uncle Emmanuel, he used to sing at our church, and he's more like a quiet, reserved kind of guy. But,
Hmm.
he loves what he does, and so he just does it with all his heart and he doesn't care. And so
Yeah.
seeing people like that in my life as an example really kind of motivated me to like, just try it. Just like, let's just see what happens. You never know what could happen out of it. And so,
Right.
it was just like me kind of like, and I think words of affirmation, that's my love
Hmm.
language. So, my family was always like affirming, like, you're so talented, you're so capable, you are so worthy of this. And,
Hmm.
all of these like assuring things that kind of just over time built my confidence up enough to be like, you know what, I think I am
Yeah.
like this. I am worthy, I am capable, and I'm totally strong enough to go out in front of a crowd and just do it without caring about,
Right.
what anybody says or thinks about anything. And so
Yeah.
it was a journey, and I think I was pretty good at hiding it, like how I really felt, but
Hmm.
it paid off over time because now it's like whatever, like I'll do whatever. And so yeah,
That's so
you
cool.
got to find those people around you that are willing to like, or not willing, but that are already affirming you and trying to build you up and to take you to another level because what they
Mm.
see in you, is more than what you're doing.
Yeah.
So once you find those people, then you're
Right.
set. You just kind of got to ride the wave.
Yeah. Well, hey, I wanted to ask you as well. I know it's a little offbeat to what we're talking about, but it ties in because, one, when you were in high school, you were in the ASL, which is the Auxiliary Student Leadership at the church, but
Ah,
also in your high school, you were in leadership. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit about leadership and how that played a part in your life growing up, and how that has built you to who you are today. And how was it leading people in high school, both for your clean and the Kangarettes, but also even at church and your work?
um, well, okay. Leadership. How is it? Okay, let me make sure I got the question right. It's how is it like, I guess, helped me build my leadership skills? Is that what you're asking in a way?
I'm more or less just, I mean, yeah, I mean, how has you mentioned your uncle Emmanuel. How has other people inspired you to lead, and how has that looked for you leading others?
Mm. Um, well, honestly, I just followed by example. I had really good leaders in my life. I mean, you were a really good leader in my life, and
Thanks.
I always, you know, a young person, they always want to look up to somebody and find that person that they're like, oh, I want to be like this when I grow up. And so
Yeah.
I had plenty of people around me like that who I think kind of inspired me and were unintentionally or not even noticing that they were teaching me how to be the leader that I am today. And
Hmm.
it really was never like a sit down, like, hey, this is how you're going to be a leader, or this
Yeah.
is like the skills that you need to be a successful leader. But it was more just observing and mimicking and mirroring what I saw on a daily basis. Just because I
Yeah.
was so lucky for me, I was so involved in different organizational skills and groups and like types of like, I guess, functions you could say that
Mm.
were all automatically like disciplined and had strong leaders. So
Right.
easily I was able to find my role models and my people who would be an example to me and have raised me up to be who I am today. So,
Yeah. You
yeah,
know,
but
I think about people like your brother Emmanuel, because he's been an inspiration to a lot of people, even myself, and it's so cool to see over the years how someone like Emmanuel, or even like Michael, and people who have inspired people like me, but also you, and how it just becomes like this natural cycle of leading others like you, and then you leading others. And it's just this really cool, beautiful cycle. And I know that once you keep doing that and building it like you already are, it just kind of trickles down and it affects others. And so I want to say, Tiera, um, I'm extremely happy and proud to know you, because you're a great leader already. And I think, one of the cool things about you, and I recognize this too, and like many others did, is that you have that ability to love others and uh, to to um, to really care about people while you lead them. And so, thanks for spending that
thanks.
time and just kind of talking about that, because I think it means a lot to a lot of people. And when they see this video, when they're watching live, they know you because you care about people, and they know you because you're the same person on that stage, and you worship both in your actions on the stage, but also within your just conversations with people. I think it's just like this radiation that comes off, and it comes from knowing God and relying and learning from people from you. And you just got a special gift all the way around with that.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad I was able to speak about that. I think it's important for young people to see other young people um, and hear their stories, especially important for them to understand that there's a lot of trial and error when it
Yeah.
comes to stuff like that. Like it doesn't just kind of hit somebody automatically. And so it's
Right.
good to know like how like the steps it takes to get there and how everybody takes different steps and has different stories and there's not like a
Oh yeah.
specific way to do things because I mean that can be really discouraging to young people and so it's good to just
Right.
kind of hear from other people who have gone through it in different ways and are thriving in it in leadership skills and other types of skills, you know. So
Right.
yeah, I'm always down to talk about that type of stuff because I love seeing, especially young people. I love seeing young people learn their gift, develop in their gift, and then be able to lead with their gift. That's really,
Yeah.
it's really
I
amazing.
agree.
So yeah,
Well, T, thank you so much for just answering those questions and opening up about those things. And if you don't mind, I'd like to answer or ask you a few more questions. Some of these people have
okay.
asked. One I thought was a good one. Orlando asked earlier in the comments is, have you been to a concert before? And I know you have. So maybe what are some of your favorite concerts that you've been to?
I have. I have been to two concerts actually. My first concert ever was a One Direction concert.
Come on.
And oh, we were in the nosebleeds, but it was so worth it. Like that was the first I think like celebrity guy like boy band that I've ever like
Yeah.
freaked out about ever in my life. And so it was a life-changing experience. And I don't regret any bit of it. But I had like, oh my gosh. So funny story, I actually had like these old shorts, like these white jean shorts that I painted and like had a whole bunch of One Direction like designs and like stuff
Yes.
all over it. So embarrassing. I think I still have them maybe, but I don't know what I was thinking wearing those painted shorts to the concert. But I was like 14, so I mean,
Right.
it's whatever. And then I think what was it last year? I just went to a Khalid concert
Mm.
If you don't know who Khalid is, you need to learn who he is because he's amazing and he
Yeah.
has really good chill vibes music and he just makes like he has the type of music that it just makes you just so like happy. Like you can't be sad listening to his music.
Yeah.
It's the music
Yeah.
you could play all day and not get tired of. So
Right.
and that
Let
was
me just
so fun.
talk.
I actually
Come
went
on.
with Jordan. I went with Jordan to that one. Yeah, I went with Jordan to that one, and it
Oh
was
yeah.
so we had such a good time, and we were
Cool.
had no voices at the end of it because we screamed the songs. We didn't even sing; we just screamed, and it was so cool, so fun.
All
Yeah,
right.
but those are the only two.
Only two. I'm actually a little surprised by that, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I feel like you have many more on the horizon, though. I feel like once all this stuff starts coming back down to normal, that we need to go out and go see some more.
yeah. Well, I guess you could count like we as the youth, we used to go to like church concerts and stuff
That's true. That's true.
back in the day, so those count. But
Yeah.
I mean, like the other concerts, like I guess secular concerts, those are the only two I've ever been to. So
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we got some more questions. Let's see what we have here. How have you guys been? G, you go first.
I've been good. I've been busy. I've been working. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I connected. Lost connection for a second. Yeah, I've been good. Busy, working, spending as much time with people as I can before I have to like start school. Oh, I'm in school now, but it's a lot easier because it's all online. But just trying to
Mm,
enjoy everybody while they're here and they're off of
yeah.
school. And I mean, it's kind of hard with COVID, but we make it work. And so,
Make
yeah,
it
just
work.
trying
That's
new
right.
things, making the time pass. So, yeah, good.
Yep. Cool. Same
What
here. I'm
about
good.
you?
Living life. Trying to, you know, live with the kids and live with all this and keeping the kids entertained while not being able to go out all the time and just, all that good stuff. But we're good.
Oh, cool. Oh, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
I was just thinking about this. How old is Arya?
Arya just turned 3.
Okay. So in your 3 years of parenting, what could you say was one of the most, I guess, embarrassing moments as a parent that you've had so far?
Hmm. T, you gave me a good one. Um,
Ha, gotcha.
I'm really just trying to narrow it down, to be honest. Uh, I think it's like a combination of things. It's like there's a lot of things that you think growing up, like, oh man, I would never say that to my kids, or man, I'm not going to do that. And then you have a kid
Mhm.
and you've spent hours not, you know, awake or not asleep, and you need to sleep, and it just doesn't work out. And so I remember like one time Aria and I were just chilling out on the couch and just messing around, goofing around, doing nothing crazy, but just holding her, and then I just accidentally let go, and she kind of just. I mean, she was fine, but she tumbles off the couch, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!" And she's fine. And I mean, the trick is that they react to your reactions, and so if you act like
Yeah.
everything's fine, it's like most of the time, like, it's fine. But yeah, I remember that's just a few times like that where it's like, "Oh my God, I'm a horrible parent," and
I just dropped my kid.
yeah, yeah. So
That's
there's a
funny.
lot of little moments that just kind of like, oh man, it makes you realize really quick that it doesn't matter how good you are as a person, or how good you think you are as a person, man,
Yeah.
parenting just does a trip on you, and it just like makes
Yeah.
you think like, man, it makes you humble or it can make you humble in a good way. Like, I need to listen, I need to learn, I need to be open and realize that these little human beings that I brought into this world, I need to be humble and to be patient with them in the same way that hopefully they're patient with me. And so,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Good stuff. Are you ever gonna do
yeah. Thanks
like
for that
a
embarrassing question.
parenting 101 to like, I don't know, young adults or something?
I'm
Should
down
do
for that.
that.
I'm down. All
Yeah.
right, we got some more questions. Let's see if we can get through some of these quickly. One instrument is a mixture of a guitar and a piano. Um, a
What is that
guitar
called? Guitar?
and a
I
key.
think it
Isn't that
is.
what like? It depends on which way you're looking at it. Like the one that's like shaped like a guitar, it's called a keytar, and you play like the keys down here and everything. I mean, they're
Mhm.
both stringed instruments technically. I don't know.
It's a string instrument.
Yeah, they're
How is
both
it a
string.
string?
Pianos
Wait,
are string,
there's
guitars are
strings,
string. And pianos?
but there's strings on a guitar. Oh, like okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
Not on a keytar, but
Never
like on a
mind.
regular
Never mind.
piano, yeah.
I was thinking of like the guitar. I was like, where are the strings? But I know what you're saying now. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Orlando, a harp. You were quizzing us. I see what you're saying. Yes, I see a harp as being a good mixture.
Yeah.
But a
Oh,
harp
good
is a
one.
guitar in a way. It's okay, whatever. You're right. You're right, Orlando. I get you. I get what you're saying.
He
All
said
right, let's go to another
IDK.
question here before I embarrass myself more. What is your favorite revelation you
Revelation.
have to come in the shower? Um, hmm,
You can answer that
tea,
one. I don't
anything?
know.
I,
I'm
I
too
don't
busy
know.
singing in the shower to have any revelations.
I take the shortest showers. I just get in there, get out, kind of thing. Unless I'm listening to a podcast.
What? You're ruining your own concert. That's ridiculous.
I
Enjoy
can't
the long
sing.
shower.
I only spend time singing when I'm in a car. That's it. Like windows
Oh,
down, summer
okay.
day. That's my vibe to sing.
That's
But
cool.
yeah. So all right, we got a few more. T, you got a mind bending shower experience.
I don't think so, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, not that I can come up with right now. Give me some time, maybe I could think of something later.
Oh, here's a good one. Did Jordan actually scream? I have a hard time believing that. I want to
Yes,
know
he
this.
sure did. He screamed the whole time. Like, at first he was okay. The first maybe like hour that we were there, he was trying to play. No, I was like 20 minutes. He was trying to play it cool, and like be the dude in the relationship. But then,
Yeah.
nah, he lost it, and he was screaming with me, and it was the best. I'm so glad he did though,
I
because it made it so much
love that.
better.
I love that
But yeah,
guy.
it was
Pretty
fun.
cool.
He is pretty cool.
All right. All right. There's one more. Oh, here's a question from my friend David. Um,
Hi,
I
David.
know that guy. He's a pretty cool guy. What is your major in college? So I have yet to graduate, actually. Oh man, these mosquitoes. I've yet to graduate, but I'm technically a Bachelor of Arts in History. That's where I left off. However, as I'm actually getting ready to get back into school, I'm probably going to change that to some form of theology and or psychology. I might minor in
That's cool.
psychology. Um,
You'd be really
so
good at that. Like really good.
thanks. I like to. I've learned over the few years that I think life is better when we take the time to listen to people. And so I think it'd be cool to master how to, not master, but just to get better and learn how to listen to people better. So yeah, I think psychology, any kind of counseling would be a cool thing for me to try out, or at least to have in my pedigree. So
Michael said PT reads minds. You sure do.
I read minds. What are you talking about?
You do read minds. You're really good at that. I feel like if you were a Marvel character, side note, if you were a Marvel character, you would definitely be Doctor Strange because you're such a Doctor Strange to me. Jordan thinks you're Captain America. I have to disagree, but yeah, you're
What are
totally a
these
Doctor.
conversations that are happening behind closed doors about me being a superhero?
Dude, we have a superhero for every single person on the Grace staff. So one day we're just gonna have to like label everybody and give them
I'm
their
okay.
superhero.
I'm down with that. Let's do that. Let's have a sit down. Let's make a segment out of that and post it on YouTube of just classifying people that we know and putting them as superhero. Assemble an Avengers list of people that we know. That's how we're gonna do this.
Yes,
Let's do that.
I like it. We should have like this needs to be like a sign or like a billboard somewhere in the church. Like that's necessary. Oh, but I need to answer David's question. My major is marketing right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm finishing at CTC and I'm about to go to Texas A&M just for a gist. And I don't know if I'm going to continue school after I finish that degree. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it and debating about it. There's a million different things that I really want to try. And
Hmm.
so I might just go back to school. But for now, I'm just in marketing, just a
That's
good
cool.
old basic. I mean, it's not a basic degree, but it's kind of like it's a diverse degree. You can do a lot with that one. So yeah,
Yeah. Michael asked, "Who was I?" I kind of want to know. Who did
gig
you guys
'em.
have? Who do you have pegged for him?
Michael, I think we chose Thor because
Oh, that's a good
Michael's
one.
really strong, but Thor is also like
He's
really funny
he's
and
ripped.
childish at times. Yes. And so, yes, Jordan, yeah, you were Thor. Yes, so
Oh,
funny.
that's
You're like
good.
the perfect Thor too, so that's really cool.
I dig that
Oh
one.
no,
Uh, all right, here we go. We got some
they haven't
other
given me one.
questions.
I need one.
You need a superhero? Um,
What superhero am I?
hmm. See, I would go
I think you need to answer
Storm,
that.
but I think you're a little bit more. I think you're a little bit more too centric for Storm.
Mm.
I would almost say Jubilee. I know it's kind of like a deep dive into X-Men, but I think you might be a Jubilee.
I wish I
That's a
knew
hard one.
Orlando personally so I could.
Oh, Orlando. Homie, I would probably. You're a deep thinker. So I'm gonna have to go with Xavier with you, man.
Wait, you said I was Storm?
Yeah, yeah. I was saying that you
Oh,
might be
I
a
thought you were
Storm or a
calling
Jubilee.
Orlando Storm. Oh,
No, 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 no.
Storm's cool. I'll take that. And Jubilee.
Yeah,
I like Storm better than Jubilee though. I'll
yeah.
take
You can
it.
pick Storm. It depends on which comic book version of Storm, but yeah, I think you could fit that one.
Dope.
Civilist
I like.
Avenger. Che, you're awesome, bro. But yeah, Orlando, I give you Xavier, man. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, I think Orlando asked earlier, have you ever crumbled a cookie before? Unfortunately, yes, but I actually prefer the soft cookies.
Oh yes,
Oh,
so much better.
so
Yeah.
much better.
Do you eat your cookies with milk?
Oreos, I do. That's like a must.
Mm.
It's kind of like the only cookies I actually eat. Jessica did find these really cool gluten-free. Aria has a gluten. Um,
Allergy.
it's not. I don't know if it's an allergy, but it's kind of like a. What do you call it? It's like a. It's not a nuisance. What's the word I'm looking for? She gets
Like
reactions, but
lactose
not like a.
intolerant, but gluten
Yeah,
intolerant.
yeah, yeah. So,
Mm.
anyways, we try to get gluten-free stuff for her, and so we found this really good gluten-free cookie. That was hard. All right, we got two more questions that came in. What we got here? Uh, David asked, "What favorite chord or key?"
I can't
Tiera,
answer
I'll let you
this
go
one.
first.
No. I don't know. Let me think of my favorite song, and then you can tell me what key that is, because Tiara still doesn't know her keys. Like, so what
Oh my
should I do?
gosh.
What is? Oh my gosh, what is my favorite song right now?
If it's any
I don't
worship
know.
song, it's probably a G or a C.
Okay, let's go with C.
You can ask Michael. Most of those chords are just the four chord songs.
Yeah,
It's,
it's been years. Okay, yeah,
uh,
hop off. I lost all motivation to learn any of my keys. So I just pretend that I know what I'm talking about. Still.
Me too, T. When I was actually, I'm going to be preaching about this a little bit on Sunday, but when I was in jazz band, when I first was in jazz band, they got me to improv. And the thing about improv is you think it's supposed to be just doing random stuff, but you got to do it within the key. And so I had to learn very quickly that you can't just slide your trombone slide and just play random notes. It would sound like
Oh
garbage.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Trombones though, those are such a hit or miss. Like, oh my God. When I used to dance like for the band, I used to get so mad when, you know how we have to dance on the football field? I used to be
Oh
so
yeah.
mad when I had to dance in front of the trombones because they were always off. Like every single one of them sounded different. And I was just like, guys, get it together. But it was, oh, I can't with
uh,
trombones.
David, I think my favorite chord would probably actually be a B flat or a A minor. I like minor chords a lot, so I like that one. It's easy to play on guitar. So there you go.
Me too.
Michael, C capo 2, very nice. I dig. Oh, press something. I did something. I did. Ah. Okay, here we go. All right, I think
You're
we're
breaking
gonna
stuff.
wrap this up because I took up way too much of your time.
Okay. No, I enjoyed this
Okay.
conversation. It's okay.
Well, good. I am too. All right, last one. This one is from Jordan. Favorite shoes, T?
Nike Reacts right now.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know what those are,
All right.
PT?
No idea. Oh, I'm not. Hold on. I just realized. Here we go. My face
My
wasn't showing.
favorite shoe changes like every month though. So many. So I just get whatever my
Struggle with
favorite is.
sorry. Connection.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
All
They
right.
might be
Okay,
forcing
you
us
said
to
you didn't
hang
mind,
up.
so I'm going for more questions. What we got here?
Here we go. Go ahead.
Oh no. Uh. All right. I'm not asking that Orlando because I'm not doing how would a woodchuck. Chuck wood. I don't know how it goes. All right, T. You got anything else before we chop out for
How
today?
much would a woodchuck no, not really. Not that I
All
can
right.
think
Well,
of.
Tiera, thank you so much for talking with me. You are a really cool person and a good friend, and thank you for being wise and for being just who you are. And so, thank you for taking the time for having a conversation with me. It was really fun. Thank you.
Cool, of course. Anytime. This is really fun. Like, yeah. I'm glad you asked me to do it. I feel super loved, so thank you.
My pleasure.
I was
Well,
kind of
T,
jealous when Jordan got to do it and I didn't get to, so yeah.
you're on my list. I promise. You're on the list.
But cool.
All right, T. You have a great night. I'll see you sometime later. Bye,
Awesome.
everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.